All right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Have you ever wondered why tons and tons of books and years of personal therapy didn't actually provide it to you results that you were hoping for? Your relationships are not transformed. Your inner self-esteem hasn't grew to the level that we can call it your highest potential. Have you ever thought that there is something from your past that needs to be resolved? Have you ever actually sat down with your inner child and understood that it might be grocery, whatever is it that you're going through, related to childhood trauma? And even if you did, perhaps you don't know yet how to resolve it with Quran and Sunnah and Islamic psychology. For those who don't know me, my name is Aisha. I like to call myself specialist in Islamic psychology. Uh, Healing. I've published this amazing book based on my 3 to 4 years of research, Islamically inspired self-development. I really, really recommend it to all of you. This book is a guide not only for practitioners but also for passionates in personal growth, right, that is going to allow you to understand what is your soul about based on clinical practice. And one of those things that I find in my clinical practice, and I work with clients for over a decade right now, Muslim souls particularly, is that they stuck in the inner child, is that they stuck and they affected by traumatic childhood, by the parents' wrong choices of parenting, and that affects their relationships, which they are currently in. And that doesn't have to last too long. You can completely unhook yourself from it, but how to do it, this is why I'm speaking to you. So for 5 days, I am going to guide you in this amazing 5 days challenge called Bir Walideyn Secret, 5 steps towards forgiving your parents program. I'm going to guide you with the team of my angels, team of my coaches, or what where we're going to have amazing opportunity to be held by your therapist, me, and my coaches within the Islamic ethos, and we're going to guide you through. We're going to take you from zero to hero. We're going to show you what psychology, and Islamic counseling in particular have to offer, and we're going to receive from us step by step, instructed, guided, clinically proven already pathway to take you out from that, wherever is it that you are with your parents. We're going to take you out from there, inshallah. I can't recommend this enough. This is another masterpiece, another invitation for you to consider from me. However, what I wanted to say to you is, before you join us, rather than thinking how to do it, why don't you stop and ask yourself a question: why to do it? Why is it important to heal yourself from childhood trauma, or childhood neglect, or childhood sad or upsetting, or I don't know, suppressing your soul in any way experiences? Well, the reason why it is because it destroys your relationships at the moment. The reason why it's because it keeps you stuck in the past and it doesn't allow you to arrive incarnate in the present. The reason why it's because it stops you from connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The relationships, if you haven't figured out how to go through relationships, that will also impact the way you see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how you're connecting with his names, how you're connecting with his attributes. You're not going to feel muwada, you're not going to feel al-ghafur, you're not going to feel and experience those things on a daily basis. So that is one of the reasons. Now, the other reason why, and nobody talks about it, but it's such an important aspect of letting go, of forgiving your parents, is the fact that you are actually grieving. Yes, before you forgive, before you learn from us how to give, you need to understand and stay completely honest with yourself. You are grieving. You are grieving. And there's no time scale for grieving. We don't know how long it takes because it's an individual case. There's absolutely no protocol, generalized or statistically proven rules to get you from point A to point B to Z, even when you are grieving. Loss is a loss. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you in Surah Baqarah, you are going to be tested with, you're going to be tested with loss, with fear, with anxiety. And that is penetrating you at the very subtle level, at the very spiritual level, at the very emotional, cognitive level, and you will carry it for life. So it is at your best interest, this is at your best interest to know the tools, how to live with it, live through it, or maybe, inshallah, if it's given to you, for some of us, it's not live without it. You see, grieving, it's a really long process. And what is it that you're grieving here? What is it that you're grieving here? Before you forgive, before you move on, before you know how to do it, what is it that you're grieving? Where you are not grieving something like I don't know, a Barbie. You're not grieving an ice cream. You are actually grieving something called your personal boundaries, something called and already described and already given to you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called childhood rights. You are grieving your rights to be close to your parents. You are grieving your rights being hijacked from you in terms of feeling safe, feeling happy, having time and having permission to play, to be playful. You are grieving the fact that you no longer feel that you can trust. You are grieving the fact that you are now in the constant state of doubting not only people, not only your own devices, but also maybe even the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You might ask yourself a question, what is it about me? What is it about me that I constantly dare? You are grieving, you are grieving the distance between you and Allah. Don't forget, you incarnated in this world, and now you're called human. But before you were living in the womb of your mom, and you were born upon fitra. You know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So not only you're grieving this distance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but now you're grieving the distance because now you're confused. All you knew, is Quran. All you knew is His love. All you knew is His light upon light. But now you're properly confused. You don't know how to interpret His justice. You are far away from His name, Al-Adl. So what you are grieving is possibly impacting your mental health, and mental health, as you know, is very much connected to spiritual hurt, and you are grieving stability of your galb, and galb is your highest potential. Galb can offer you breakthroughs, but if you don't know how to look after this, it can also get you in trouble because you are recreating black spots in your heart called diseases of the heart, spiritual diseases of the heart. And if you can't forgive, it's going to be malice, it's going to be malice, it's going to be hatred, it's going to be doubt, it's going to be jealousy. So it's really important to sit down with yourself and honor the fact that whatever is it that was written for you in the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with His knowledge and permission for you to experience in childhood, is not about your parents. It's about a state that you're allowing all this time to carry on, to have an upper hand over you, process which we call grieving, because you've lost something. You've lost something, you left something forever, and it's not going to come back unless you fight for it. And that's why this 5 days challenge is so important for you. If you can connect with the words that you heard from me, that's why this 5 days challenge is so important for you to consider, because you're going to receive those tools and you're going to understand how you can pick up where you left. I can't wait to see you there. Can't say enough. I can't say to you how important it is, this 5 days challenge for me. But if you join me, you will get to know even my personal story of figuring how to do Birr Walideyn. So if you're ready for vulnerability, if you're ready for support, marhaba. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.